Welcome. Tonight's review is going to be on EX01 Nice. How do you say that? Nicey? Nice, just draw it out. Big Firebird toy. So, I don't usually do this, but here's the box. So here you have a nice shot of the figure on the front of the box. Another shot of the figure on the side of the box. Several different shots of the figure on the back of the box. You get the alt mode. You get a couple of different versions of how you can make the robot mode look. Here's a nice little shot of the car mode. Nice logo. Alright, let's get her out of the box. Alright, here's how she comes out of the box. She comes with these hands, this face, and the normal chest. I'm not exactly sure how to deal with the back of it. I literally just pulled it out of the box. We'll play with that a little bit towards the end here. She also comes with a bunch of accessories. She comes with a card. Kind of cool. Comes with the back piece that in some of the shots she seems to use as a shield. I guess I could have just dumped these out next to me and done it this way to make this easier. She comes with her gun. Focus. There we go. That's a neat little gun. I love this sword. This sword is fantastic. Nice pink on it. It's actually sharp. It's not soft plastic. Several different hands. I think this is a mounting clip for a stand. I'm not sure. Completely different head. Yeah. I want to say this is a blast effect, but I'm not sure because it's stiff and doesn't really look like a blast. And then softer boobies. Because why would a robot have hard boobies? Are they squishy? They are! Oh my god. Squishy boobies. Yeah, we're gonna flip those around. Alright, so that's what she comes with. Take a look at her up close a little bit. There's definitely a feature that stands out in this review. Overall though, getting past that part, like, this is really cool. It's really tall. I'll throw some comparisons in it. I like the way the robot mode looks. I love the color. It's got a lot of articulation. It's really stiff. The whole neck moves. So you got pretty good articulation in the shoulders. They would do a complete 360. Like I said, this just came out of the box. Good at, like, she's really poseable. Not quite the splits. A double knee joint. That's also metal. Along with a lot of articulation in the feet, which there's also metal in the feet. One thing I will say is she has these tiny little dainty feet. And she's very top heavy. What in the hell? She's very top heavy, so me trying to get her to stand up on my already not quite stable area, a little bit of a pain in the ass. So, let's transform her and see what she looks like. Alright, here's Nice in car mode. So, car mode, you got these really nice little headlights here and the translucent windshield. You get translucent tail lights that match. There's hints of RC in here, and then there's, I don't know what kind of car that comes from, but it looks cool. Like a sea creature. I don't know. It just looks cool. You've got the antenna shark fin thing that all RCs have. Yeah, you can see the legs, but not nearly as bad as some other ones. So at least there's actually robot up here, and it's not just a backpack shoved on top. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Now, as far as the underside goes, That's basically what the underside is going to look like. There's a lot of contorting, and I'm not going to lie, that transformation was rough. The instructions are not great. The transformation was kind of rough. After I was done, I needed a cigarette after. It's pain in the ass. And the hands. Like, these things, this stuff is sharp. None of this is soft. This is all just sharp-ass corners. Pokes and sticks you and gets stuck in your fingers. And if you don't get this lined up just right, it doesn't work right. You can do the transformation with any of the hands. I just left the hands that were on it. It rolls okay. You got to fiddle with these weird feet connections so that the feet lock in, but the wheel's clear. Like, that's rubbing a little bit. That one's rubbing a lot. But realistically, you're not buying this to go in car mode. So for some comparisons, let's go with... Yeah, I know how it's sitting. You try transforming that thing. We're going to go with Earthrise or Siege RC. Whichever RC this one is. And then I also happen to have, just for a little bit of wholesomeness, we'll throw in the Cyberverse RC because, I don't know, I like the Cyberverse RC. It's kind of cool looking. So there's the comparison with other RCs. So let's get her back into robot mode, hopefully without making my hands bleed, and we'll do a couple more comparisons, and we'll flip out the heads and flip out the chest and armor her up. Alright, so here she's back in robot mode, and I swapped out a couple of her hands. Now, to hold the sword, the only hand that will hold the sword is the right hand. But you can put the gun in the left or right hand, but the hands for the gun are closed. You actually have to remove the pink section from the white in order to put that in her hand. Here is the original plastic chest piece, and I've swapped it out for the soft one just to kind of see what it would look like. It is a different color white because it is this completely different kind of plastic. I can't tell if there's like discoloration in it or if it's just how thin it is or what. It looks funky. I'm going to swap that back out. I wanted to wait to swap the head so that I could show you how you swap the head. So all you do is you just pull her head off. Ah, so top heavy. And then you can put the head back on. So there you go. Now I did look at it, and this piece goes to, you can combine this with these back pieces and it makes a bow and arrow. Again, the instructions are terrible and I'm not going to do it. And after that transformation, she is never going back into car mode. She's just going to go on the shelf like this. So let's get a couple of other robots and we'll do some comparisons. Alright, so here she is. Let me squeeze over a little bit. Here she is with two other versions of RC. I have more versions of RC, but I felt like the pink ones were probably the best ones to use. So again, this is the War for Cybertron version. This is the Cyberverse version. And then you have Nicee here. They all share a gigantic backpack. Hers can half come off. Hers doesn't come off at all. And there is a way to remove a lot of her backpack if you really want to. But there's just the size comparison for these different versions of RC. There was a couple other things I wanted to point out before we end the video. There are some really cool little fine details as you're transforming this thing that I didn't notice when I was first messing with it. And one of the coolest things is if you look right here in her knees, when her knees bend, there is a hydraulic that moves, because this is all metal. On the top and the bottom, you get this little hydraulic that moves around there. Then you've got stuff like these little flaps here, which is just very, mecha style. Yeah, I know it is, but it just kind of adds to everything. The only thing I don't like is how back heavy she is, because she's so back heavy that I'm afraid that when I put her on the shelf, she's going to fall apart, or she's going to fall and knock everything else over. The squishy boobies, these here, squishy boobies. That's up to you. If you like them, you like them. You don't, you don't. The different head sculpts. Okay. Now I will say, as horrible as the transformation is, the card mode does look really cool. I kind of like leaving the backpack stuff on here because it kind of opens up and almost looks like angel wings. But I'm like bending her backwards to get her to stand up. I know there's several versions of this, and there's even knockoff versions of this in different colors. I might get a couple more of them. They look really cool. Aside from the obvious, they are very, very cool fembots. So that's about it for EX01 Nice Big Firebird toys. So if you like what you came to see tonight, if you saw everything you wanted to see tonight, go ahead and teabag that like button. I want you to smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time.